Okay, you guys, so now we're getting to the chemistry, but it's the same thing, so don't get all scared. It really is not too bad. So again, this is the equation. So here, iron oxide with a chemical reaction, it will separate the iron and the oxygen. So now we want to determine the number of moles of iron. So how many moles of iron? Okay, so that will be your unknown. Will produce from 12 moles. So to 12 moles of iron oxide, it will be your given. So we will put the 12 moles of iron oxide. Now this is important so you could keep tabs with where you're going from here to here. Okay, so we have 12 moles, okay, of iron oxide. And we want to know how many moles of iron we're going to have if I have this much. Okay, so it will be, so we want to know the moles of iron. Okay, that's very important that you also keep up with your compounds and elements. Okay, so on here, the molar mass, there's no grams. So remember, no grams, we don't have to deal with molar mass or 1 mole equals molar mass. Okay, so we'll do that later on. Right now, we're really just doing mole ratio, and that's what the MR means. And we call this gummer, okay, because later on, you're going to actually use all of them, and it's going to be so easy to set up once you learn at least the basics, and then we go a little bit more. Okay, so now the mole ratio, again, your unknown will be your mole of Fe. So we want to go the moles of Fe, and then over, again, this is your unknown and your G, right? It's divided. So your unknown is, all you're doing is writing it down, like just the units. And this is moles of iron oxide. Okay, and then the number, you're going to get this from your equation. Okay, that's the equation. So now we're going to look for iron. So that will be 4 moles. That's 4 moles of iron. And then iron oxide, it will be 2 moles. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is the equation, and this guides you towards what you're going to put on the top and the bottom. Okay, so now we are ready to set it up. Okay, so remember there's nothing here in the bottom, or you just put a 1, and then you start with your given, and it will be 12 moles of iron oxide. Okay, and then you just write down what is in here. So in the bottom, it will be 2 moles of iron oxide. You see how this is the same? Moles of iron oxide, moles of iron oxide, and then the 4 moles of iron. Okay, so now we are ready to solve it. Okay, so again, all you have to do is remember that this is division. So if you don't have a scientific calculator, you could just do it on a basic calculator. But first divide, 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So this is 2. So 12 times 2, so you multiply it by 12, and that should give you 12 moles of iron. Again, 12 moles of iron. Okay, so that is your answer.